Hey, my lovelies. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, any part of the world you're in today. This is Queen B is in the house. Now, guys, I know this is probably going to be a topic for the next couple of days, so I wanted to put my 2 cents in there before it gets all distorted, okay? So, this message actually, or this video is made dealing with the whole situation with Maxine, right? And it is a very, 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 very sad situation that I can see going on because, apparently, Maxine was introduced to us, like I said before, by Miss D. Everybody already know that whole controversy when Miss D put her picture up because she was saying that she was trying to find Maxine about some money issues or whatever. Anyway, we're not going to go back into that again, but that's how we were introduced to Maxine, right? And as we find out, she was one of Miss D's I don't know how big of a donor she was, but definitely she was a regular donor, right? Always donating money to the program, donating money to the cause, donating money to Miss D's workers. She always had a very giving heart, and she was very much a part of the donor program that helped to build that platform. So, it's just unfortunate that we literally watch her go from that, and then she was torn down on social media once she decided to come out and speak her mind and speak about the whole situation with her and Miss D, and all the plankers or whoever decide to come down and try to destroy her for doing what she did or say what she said or speaking her truth, as you may want to say. And of course, we continue to watch her progress on social media, and I'm not going to say Maxine have always been perfect on social media. None of us have been perfect on social media. We all have at one point or another, right? We all have said things that we shouldn't have said. We all have, hurt people, called people names. We all is guilty of doing some form of that, right? So we watch that happening with her. And then it becomes to the point where you literally can see where, in front of our eyes and in front of our camera, she somewhat in the past couple of weeks, tried to change the narrative, try to change that, try to come across a little bit more positive and, playing her gospel music and praying and putting a little praying things or whatever. And of course, every now and again, of course, it is social media. So we have to keep the people entertained because no one, as we can see, likes to hear positivity, right? They love to hear the negative. They like to hear the screaming and the yelling and people getting dip up under. They love it. So every now and again, of course, she's going to come out and she's going to give the public what they want, right? But the reason why I'm addressing this is because now that she's in a situation or appears to be in a situation, because at this point, like I said before, social media, you never could tell at this point what is real, what is fake, what is a skit, or just someone just trying to say, okay, if I do that, what if I do this? I wonder what would happen type of scenario on social media. So at this point, we can't even trust everything we hear and see on social media. So tread very lightly when you guys come out at this point and try to, bash her or, laugh at her and say, oh, you're homeless, your daughter kick you out, no, you don't have nowhere to go, and ray. And, I'm hearing all these different narratives all over social media when it comes to her, right? And some people is rejoicing, some people is really sincerely very sad for her or sincerely really care about her, and some people sincerely really and truly is very worried about her. So be careful which side of that you choose to do, because you don't know if maybe this is just something that she decides to do by going on a road trip. And while she's on a road trip, she might have came up with this, hey, what if I pretend as if I have nowhere to live? Who would come forward to help me? What if I pretend like I am hungry and I'm starving and I'm desolate and I don't have anywhere at all to live? I don't have anywhere to, lay my head on. And let's see who will come out for me. Let's see who will support me. Let's see who will be there for me, right? You don't know if it's a scenario like that. And if it's not a scenario like that, and it's a real scenario where she's definitely in a desolate situation where she has been, kicked out of the home or whatever the case may be, and she definitely don't have anywhere to live, and she's really living out of her car. If that is the situation, and you're there laughing and rejoicing about it, or saying, I'm not going to help her because she did this to me or that to me, or I have nothing to do with her because a karma they get to her, a karma they reach her. The ones that's out there that's actually, praising another person's downfall, we have to remember that we all of us is only one paycheck away from being in a position where you could end up in that same position, where you end up losing your home, losing your apartment, and you have nowhere else to go, and you have to depend and fall on people's help to help you. So people, I want us to say, whatever situation that Maxine may be going through, right? And how people may come and say, well, you've been on social media, you've been boasting, that, your daughter is rich and your son-in-law is rich and living to a big house and this and that. Remember, the key word is her daughter is rich. Her son-in-law is rich. Her son-in-law and her daughter has a big house. That's the key word. She never said she was rich. She never said I have a big house. She never said I have all the money in the world, right? She never said that. So let's be fair. Let's be fair. If it's her daughter's house and her daughter chooses to kick out her own mom, for whatever reason, we don't live in the home. We don't know what happened behind closed door for the daughter to get to that state of mind to do that, right? It could have been maybe the last straw. Whatever, Maxine might have done might have been the last straw for her daughter, and she just had enough, and she said, Mom, look, I can't keep you here anymore. It could be even the decision of the husband to say, hey, it's either her or me. And that will put anybody in a tough situation where you have to choose between your husband and your mother. And let's pray that none of us ever get into a situation like that where we have to choose between our husband and our mother, okay? Who would you guys choose? Well, the daughter, apparently, if everything is as stated, allegedly that she's been kicked out by her daughter, if that is true, then that's the decision the daughter finally made. So the only thing that we can do, like I said, let's look at Maxine as a sister that is in need right now, a sister that needs help, and let's just forgive. We're not going to forget. No one on social media is ever going to forget the hurtful, terrible word that anybody said to each other on social media. But let's for a moment put all that aside and let's become a human being that have a compassion for another human being. And let's all rally together and see what we can do to find out what's going on with her. Is she really on the streets? Is she really homeless? And if so, what can we do to assist? Every little bit helps. Every little bit count. And that's what we need to more focus on than focusing on the negative, okay? You know me personally. I've always cared about Maxine. No matter what happened, no matter what she said, no matter how she cussed me, I would never, ever, ever say I'm going to cuss her or disrespect her. That's just me. I'm different from some of you guys here on social media. And the way that I am different, if I ever once said I love you, if I ever once say I have your back, if I ever once say I'm rooting for you, if I ever once say, okay, I'm a supporter of yours, if we fall out, if for whatever reason, we fall out. I am not one to come on social media and start to bash you and disrespect you and telling all kind of secrets. And, that's just not me. I just move on. I block you and I move on. If I have nothing to do with you, I just have nothing to do with you. And that's it. I don't need to come and display that on social media for the whole entire world or the audience to know how much that we are beefing or how much we are no longer friends. I don't need to do that. Okay, I will pull myself away and I'll block you. I won't have anything to do with you, and I keep it moving. And at the end of the day, if I see you in need and you need help, I will still help you, all because of the love I once had for you, and I don't forget that love. I will still do for you behind the scene. That's just how I am. That's how Queen Bee is, okay? And we wish that everyone on social media could take that kind of attitude where if you're really, really close to somebody and you used to be a hardcore supporter of somebody and you used to be even Facebook friends or social media friends, once that friendship breaks up, please take your war behind the scene. The world don't need to see you guys going at each other and disclosing each other's secrets or disclosing each other private, business and try to, bash and disrespect and it's not a mature thing to do. Put it that way, okay? You could trash it out behind the scene, delete each other's number, and you move on. Move on with your life. They move on with their life and call it a day. Period. Point blank, right? That's the mature way to handle things. So Maxine, wherever you are out there, I wish you all the best. I wish you God's guidance. And I see Miss Olive made a video trying to give you some sound advice, even though sometimes it may came across a little bit harsh. I understood her message and I understood what she was trying to say, right? At the end of the day, you are in the United States of America where there's a lot of help for people like yourself, especially you stated that you at a retirement age now, or you could claim retirement at 60 years old. Is a lot of help out there. There's a lot of, shelter if you need to. And shelter doesn't have to sound disgusting the way people may think. You have some wonderful, beautiful, well-kept shelters that really and truly take good care of you and give you the opportunity to get back on your feet. So don't knock a shelter. If you can find a shelter, at least you'll be off the streets. You won't be in your vehicle where, your safety could be at risk. Find a shelter if you have to. There's a lot of soup kitchen. There's a lot of places you can go get something to eat. In other words, thank God if you get to the point where you fall on hard times, America is where you want to fall hard times in, because there's so many different help and where you can get food, get help, get somewhere to eat, get money in your pocket, get food stamps. You could get a lot of things to help you to get back on your feet. So you are in the right country to be able to do that. And I would prefer, as well as what Miss Olive was saying, that it's best that you utilize these services before you really come on social media and open up more of your life to these evil, wicked people that a lot of them is going to be celebrating your downfall, and they just want to see you fall and be disgraced on social media so they can all say ha 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 ha, right? So you want to take away the opportunity for a lot of these haters or people that have a unforgiving heart to look at you and bash in the glory that you're now on hard times. You don't need to give them that pleasure, honey. And as you're traveling, I think it's a good thing that you're doing where you're showing the places. I think you can make a whole blog about your journey, and I honestly believe you could make money off of that. So sometimes, like they always say, use lemon and make lemonade. And now that you're in that situation where you're traveling to different state to state, it'll be a wonderful blog. I know it'll be very interesting if you do show different excitement in those different states. Maybe you could go to the park, the pond, the animal zoo, wherever you want to go, and showcase a lot of things about each state, right? So that would be a wonderful blog for you to do, and you could make a lot of money off of doing that. I wish you all the best. Stay safe. you already know, behind the scene, I try to do what I can to assist and to help. But at the same time, Maxine, I need you to be able to get in a position once again where you can help yourself. And I know you're going to do it. By God's grace, you're going to do it. And you're going to come out bigger and better and shine brighter than any time else in your life. Sis, have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful evening, any part of this state that you're in. And people, Queen B is out.